Have you ever felt the weight of sorrow so deep, it seemed to silence even your breath? Have you ever looked into suffering, your own or someone else's, and asked, why must life be this way? Now imagine this, the Buddha, the Enlightened One, whose mind was serene and unshaken, weeping silently under the Bodhi tree. What could bring tears to someone who had transcended the world of attachments and illusions? Today, we share the story that made even the Buddha cry, and the profound truth it holds for each of us. This is a story about love, loss, impermanence, and the boundless compassion of an awakened heart. A tale not of gods and miracles, but of the raw human experiences we all share. It is the story of Kisa Gotami, a mother, broken by the death of her only child, whose grief pierced even the heart of the Buddha. Through this story, we will uncover a powerful truth, that through sorrow, we find understanding, and through understanding, we find liberation. Long ago, in the ancient city of Savatthi, there lived a woman named Kisa Gotami. Her name meant frail or thing, Gotami, for she was slight in build. Yet behind her delicate appearance lay a strength she herself did not yet know. She married into a wealthy family, and in time, she gave birth to a beautiful son. Her heart bloomed with love, her life was full. But as the wheel of life turns, so too did her joy unravel. One day, without warning, her little boy fell sick. No medicine worked. No prayer was answered. And before the sun set, he lay lifeless in her arms. Grief struck Kisa Gotami like lightning. It shattered her world. Her mind could not accept what her eyes saw. She could not believe her son was gone. Clutching his tiny body to her chest, she ran through the streets, crying out to anyone who would listen. Please! Help me! My son is sick. Someone must have medicine. People looked at her with pity. Some turned away. Others whispered, she has lost her mind. Her son is dead. But she refused to believe it. She knocked on every door in the city. Please, she begged, give me something to bring him back. A cure. Anything. Finally, an old man, moved by her desperation, said softly, go to the Buddha. Perhaps he can help you. So she went. She walked to Jetwana Grove, where the Buddha taught, her lifeless son still cradled in her arms. When she found him, she fell to her knees and cried, Lord, please. Heal my son. You have great power. You are wise. Help me. The Buddha looked at her, not with sorrow or shock, but with deep compassion. He said, Kisa Gotami, I will help you. But first, I ask you to do something for me. Go into the village and find a mustard seed. But not just any seed. It must come from a house where no one has ever died. Bring it to me. Relief lit up her face. A simple mustard seed. She would do it. She ran to the first house and knocked. Please, I need a mustard seed. But tell me first, has anyone died here? The family said, yes. Our grandfather passed last year. She moved to the next house. Has anyone died here? Yes. Our daughter. House after house, she searched. And in every home, the answer was the same. Yes. We have known death. As the sun began to set again, Kisa Gotami sat by the roadside. Her child still in her arms. But her eyes now held something new. Not madness. Not denial. But understanding. She returned to the Buddha, empty-handed. She did not speak. She simply laid her child down before him and wept. And as her tears fell, so did his. Not because he did not understand impermanence. But because he did. He saw that her heart had opened to truth through suffering. And in her surrender, in her grief, she had taken the first step toward awakening. Have you ever tried to hold on to something, or someone, so tightly that the pain of losing it nearly destroyed you? Have you ever felt like your grief isolated you, as if no one else could possibly understand what you were going through? So did Kisa Gotami. Until she saw that grief is not a curse given only to a few, but a thread that runs through all human hearts. And when she saw that, she became free. This story carries one of the most profound teachings of the Buddha. All things are impermanent. All who are born must die. But this is not a lesson in despair. It is a lesson in freedom. Because when we truly understand that everything changes, we begin to loosen our grip. We stop clinging to what we cannot keep. And in doing so, we suffer less. Kisa Gotami came to the Buddha seeking a cure for death. Instead, she found the truth of life. She saw that her suffering was not unique. That every home had known loss. That in her grief, she was not alone, she was human. And in seeing this, she began to awaken. The Buddha did not give her a mustard seed. He gave her wisdom. And with that wisdom came compassion, not only for herself but for every being who walks this path of life, birth, loss, and death. So what does this story mean for you? When you lose something or someone you love, allow yourself to feel it fully, without shame or resistance. But also remember, you are not alone. Your suffering is not a punishment. It is a shared human experience. When the storms of life come, as they always do, try to practice what the Buddha taught. Times sit with your pain. Times observe it without judgment. Times realize that it, too, will pass. Practice letting go, not as an act of weakness, but as a path to strength. To live fully, you must love deeply. And to love deeply, you must accept that nothing lasts forever. The next time sorrow grips your heart, remember Kisa Gotami. Remember the houses with no mustard seeds. And remember the tears of the Buddha. Let your suffering soften you. Let it open your heart. Because in the depth of pain, there is a door to awakening. You can take that first step now. Times sit quietly for just 5 minutes today. Breathe. Let whatever comes arise without resistance. Times reflect on one loss you've experienced. What did it teach you? Times reach out to someone else in pain, not with advice, but with presence. Sometimes, being there is the deepest form of love. Peace is not found in a life without loss, but in a heart that knows how to hold joy and sorrow side by side. You are stronger than your pain. You are deeper than your fear. You are not alone on this journey. Let go. Be present. Breathe. And know that every tear you shed waters the seeds of wisdom within you. The Buddha cried not out of helplessness, but because he saw the deep humanity in Kisa Gotami and in all of us. In her, he saw a reflection of every heart that must one day break in order to awaken. Let your heart open. Let the tears fall. For through them, the light of truth can shine. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more wisdom from the Buddha, Zen parables, and stories that nourish the soul. Comment below, have you ever had to let go of something you loved deeply? What helped you heal? Let's walk this path of mindful living together. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life.